when we are using the whole prism or a small part of the prism, there will be no change in the ray diagram, no change in the behavior, as this boundary is same, inclination of this boundary is same, whether you are considering the whole or the small part, refractive index of these two are same. So there will be no change in the ray diagram. This concept we are using to understand the action of lens. So whether we are having whole prism or whether we are having small part of the prism, no change in the behavior. Now suppose we are taking this as a lens, convex lens is this one. Now we divide this lens into different or large number of small parts. We cut this lens like this. This is another part, this is another part, like this. Different parts are there. So we are considering, suppose this is one part, this is another part, like these different parts are there. What is happening here? This looks like a prism. No? So this is a prism. Now what is this one?
Glass slab.
This is glass slab. Is this glass slab? Like rectangular glass slab? Parallel face slab? Is it there? It is not parallel face slab. This surface is not parallel to this, as the ray is incident here and emerging out like this. So this will behave as what?
Prism.
It will behave as prism only. So it is the part of prism. If you produce this is the part of a prism only. So each part of the lens is behaving like a prism. Then what is the difference? Only the central part will behave as parallel face glass slab. So this central part is behaving like parallel face glass slab. And other part are behaving like part of prism. Now, what is the difference between this prism and this prism? Are they the part of same prism? They are not the part of same prism. For this prism, this is the angle of prism. Now, if you produce these two, so this part is the part of this prism. This is not the part of same prism, this one. If this prism is produced, this part is not formed. If this is produced, what will be? It will be like this. But this is not the part of this prism. This is not part of this prism. This is part of some other prism. What is the difference? this is part of prism wheel, material is same, but angle of prism is less. So if this is the angle of prism, suppose A, and this angle of prism is A dash, this A dash is less than A. Similarly, this side, this is angle of prism. If you consider another one, like this is less angle, this one will become parallel, straight line, zero angle. So what I mean to say is, different part of the lens is behaving as prism of different angle. Angle of this prism is more, angle of this prism is less. So what will happen if the ray is incident like this on both? Then deviation produced by this will be more than this, because deviation depend on angle of prism. We have done that relation. So this delta was as it is chin prism. So it can be, so if angle of prism is more, deviation is more. So this part will produce more deviation, this part will produce less deviation. As a result, what will be? The emergent ray are not parallel to each other. Deviation produced by this and deviation produced by this will be different. If it is incident on the same prism, if this is incident on the same prism, what will be? Refracted rays are parallel to each other, emergent ray are parallel to each other. This will be the situation. But here, this is not the situation, as this part and this part is of different prism. So result what will be? Deviation produced by this will be more, and deviation produced by this will be less. As a result, they will converge at this point. So this beam will converge at this place. Yes, one will go undeviated. If you consider incident on this place, this is producing less deviation. This is producing more deviation. So all will converge at this place, this point. Yes. Did you understand?
Yes.
So what is happening here? So different part of the lens is behaving as prism of different angle. Angle of prism is maximum of the part which lies at the periphery. Angle of prism is minimum, that it behave like glass slab, parallel phase slab at the central part. So in case of parallel phase slab, we are knowing the net deviation is 0. So there will be no deviation here. But these all will deviate the ray, and the deviation will be different. That's why emergent ray, though the incident ray will be parallel, but emergent ray will not be parallel to each other. If parallel rays are incident on the same prism, emergent ray will be parallel to each other. But this is not the situation here. Understood? Yes?
Yes.
Anyone? Any confusion? So that's why here this prism will deviate that side, this prism will deviate this side. So what will be? The whole beam will be converged at a particular point. So this lens will behave as convex lens. If we further simplify this diagram, if we are considering only three part. If we consider only three part, okay, this is suppose central part, this is like glass slab, and this is one part as a prism, and this is another part as a prism. That is just, it is not the correct one, means we are just simplifying to understand the meaning, why it is converging. The previous one, when we divide in large number of parts, because each part has got different angle of prism, so different part will suffer the, means deviation will be different for different part. Okay. So in this case, if the ray incident on this, if the ray incident on this one, if the ray incident on this one, what will happen? As it is incident normally on this glass slab, so it will go undeviated. If we draw the normal here, it will bend towards normal, so it is bending like this, and it is coming like this way. Similarly, from this side, it is bending this one, and then coming this way. So that's why the beam is converged. In actual one diagram, when we will draw, we will not show these two deviation, though deviation is taking place on both the surface. But when we will draw the diagram, ray diagram for position of image, as we have done in class 8 also, to get the position of image, nature of image, size of image, we have done different ray diagrams. So in ray diagram, what we are doing, we are showing only one deviation. So where will we show? Just I am drawing the diagram for your convenience this way. So what is happening here? When you produce it forward and we produce it backward, in place of this ray diagram, we are showing only one ray diagram. That is, this will come undeviated up to here, and then this is deviated like this. Understood? So in the ray diagram, we will show ray diagram like this. If we join all these points where you can show the deviation like this, in place of these two deviation, we are showing only one deviation. Deviation here also, here also. So when we are producing it back, this is front, so it is appearing to deviate from this place. So if we join all these points from where the total deviation is shown, this line we call principal section of the lens. So we will show the deviation on this line only. So this line we call principal section. Suddenly start running. Okay. So we will show the deviation on this line, not at these two places. Similarly, concave lens. So sometimes this type of ray diagram is asked. If you are treating this convex lens at glass slab and two prism, then show the ray diagram when parallel ray or parallel beam of light is made incident. That is three rays you have to consider, one on this prism, one on this prism, and one on the central glass plate. Now, concave lens. So if we divide this concave lens into large number of parts, now what is happening? So this is part of a lens, sorry, prism. When we produce this, it is coming this way. When you are considering this part, this is the part of this prism. What is the difference between this prism and this prism? Whose angle of prism is more? Yes?
Down one.
Down one. So here also the part which is lying at the periphery will have maximum angle of prism. So it will produce maximum deviation. Naturally, here also deviation will not be same. So this part will, if this is the incident ray, this part will give more deviation, whereas the ray which is incident on this part, this one, okay, no, this is the of this part only, it will suffer less deviation. They are not parallel. So when these are produced back, they will intersect at each other at a particular point. So in this case, this was the width of the beam, but after passing through this has increased. Here, zero deviation, glass slab, less deviation, maximum deviation. Similarly, that side also. This will be the part of this spring, whereas this is the part of smaller spring like this. So when it is incident on this, this will produce more deviation, this will produce less deviation. So the beam will diverge. So here also different part is behaving like part of prism. Angle of prism is maximum for the part which is lying at the periphery. The central part is behaving like parallel face glass slab. So no deviation is produced by the central part, whereas the deviation keep on increasing from center to periphery. This part will produce maximum deviation. This part is producing zero deviation. Again, just to understand in simple way, we have to consider only 2 prism and 1 glass slab. So what will be? So this part we are considering, that is a part of a prism. So it will deviate this way. This will go undeviated. Again, in real one, what will be? We will not show these 2 deviations. We will show only 1 deviation, and where? At this point. At this point, so we join these points. So this again we call principal section. Okay, so we'll leave up to here. These are the 2 action of lens. Just to understand, if it is treated as glass slab and 2 prism, then this is the ray diagram. You have already learned the different definitions. What is center of curvature? What is radius of curvature? What is principal axis? What is principal focus? So mainly principal focus you learned again. And next day we shall discuss these all definitions. Means what is the meaning of that definition? Definition we are supposed to learn. It is given in the book. So you learn all the definitions. In the diagram, we will understand what is the meaning, and then the ray diagram to find the position, nature, and size of the image. So next class, you come prepared with pencil and scale. Earlier also you were told. So till we study the ray diagram, this one light part, ray diagram, always will come, especially in this chapter. So you come or we be ready with pencil and scale. Next week we will have test also of calorimetry and refraction of light through plane surface and prism, the previous chapter. So 2 chapters, calorimetry and refraction of light through prism and plane surface, which we have done, chapter 4. Chapter 4 and chapter 11, I think, whatever it is. So calorimetry and this chapter 4. Chapter 5 we have started, this test will be afterwards. So prepare next Wednesday, maybe most probably Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, whatever it is, date will be decided afterwards. So next week, any day, you will have test. Okay, shall we leave now?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.